I saw something unique, and it had to do with the UFO narrative. Now, we've seen in recent months this drone activity that was happening and things that were taking place, but also this UFO conversation keeps growing to what I believe they will continue to call ultimate disclosure. Now, it's a wild thing to get into, but I still want to show it to you because I believe this is going to become more and more of an issue. But let me also qualify this. I don't believe there are anything such as aliens. I do believe there's demon spirits, there's deception, and in this prophetic clip, I break some of that down for you. But let's go ahead and let's watch this, and then I want to talk to you about it. So let's watch this clip on the prophetic journalism where I talk about UFOs and activity around it. Let's watch this together, and then I'm going to talk to you about it.
You're going to see a rise in the UFO phenomenon. You know what's going on with that? They're going to start to say more and more, they're saying, we're going to give you some serious disclosure. You're going to start to see legal actions taken for more and more disclosure of UFOs. The reason is because it's a deception, it's an Antichrist spirit, and it's being geared up for a reason. So one day they can try to say, see, we're not alone in the universe. We now have proof of it, and there is no God. And so we stop that stuff, and people get this fascination with it. They get fascinated with this stuff, or the paranormal. You're going to see a rise in the paranormal, and people are going to be completely in deception and caught up in this stuff. You got to bind it. You don't look at that stuff.
The UFO scenario, why is this even a topic? Why are we talking about this? Well, because the UFO deception, UAPs, whatever they want to call them, it's one of three things, okay? One, it is a technology that is being hidden from us by leaders and all this stuff. That's number one, what it could be. And they just don't want to divulge what it is. A lot of this stuff could just be crazy advanced tech, okay? Number two, it could be a great deception. And people, and I only learned about this term recently, but about things where they call Project Blue Beam, right? Things where they project stuff in the sky. I don't know if you saw the Spider-Man movie where they had all the drones doing all this stuff and they can make anything in the sky they want to. Why would they do this? Well, nothing would unite people or bring people together like a existential threat that's outside of, you know, what we're typically used to, and everybody could unite under this, and it would be a form of control. You think of the movie Independence Day, where the president gets up and he's like, today is our Independence Day. Everybody comes together, let's get these aliens or whatever. And it's crazy because they could begin to do this. Now, Hollywood has been pushing this ever since the 70s with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, all of this, and I believe they want to push this. The news doesn't want to talk about anything that's happening to our former president. The news doesn't want to talk about all the things that are going on in the world. What they want to talk about, though, is they let this stuff out all the time. Oh, there's more disclosure. You're going to hear these words more and more. Disclosure on what's taking place here. Disclosure. And are we alone in the universe? And we're going to see more and more videos that have been hidden for a long time. And then we're going to have more whistleblowers come out. And by the way, whistleblowers is a word I've shared for 3 years now. We're going to see more and more whistleblowers on a governmental level and all these things. Whistleblowers, whistleblowers, whistleblowers. You're going to have fake and real ones, okay? Now, in this same picture, back to UFOs, you realize it's a tech that is very much real, and they can show how advanced they are. Secondly, it's a deception by the powers that be that could be trying to get people to do whatever. Thirdly, and this is the part people don't really understand, but hang in here for a moment. Here's the third one. They could be real. Now, let me define this word before people are like, what? No, listen, there are no such thing as aliens. No such thing. But there are fallen angels. And I personally believe, and this is where I'm at, and I'll just share my belief, but you study the Word of God and you get your answer. You read the New Testament, you read the Bible, and you let the Lord say what He's saying to you, and you get your own conviction, okay? But let me say this to you. What do I mean by real? What I mean by real is fallen angels or demons. I believe all of this marshaled together, they're leading towards an ultimate disclosure. I believe that they will talk to one of these things. It will talk more than that alien interview thing in 1997. It will talk it will speak, and it will share insights or secrets. And people will say, oh, the wisdom. Oh, it's so amazing. Can you believe it? And it happens to have a godless agenda. Who knew? And that's where they're going to go with it, right? You know, I like one commercial I saw one time. We don't do probes. So we're not into aliens around here. But I believe that these demonic entities are trying to marshal their way forward. Now, I believe we're going to see a lot of things begin to manifest, and that is, of course, a great rise, especially in the coming couple of years. We talked about this before, and then you saw it. You saw it in Washington. You saw it in the highest offices of government, where they had to begin to disclose and talk about what they had. But what I see rising is this UFO, UAP scenario, and we're going to see an entity soon. I believe we will actually see an entity, and it will try to reveal secrets or give its wisdom to us and all that. And the bottom line is, you better believe they won't be glorifying Jesus when this stuff happens. Now, I know that's a unique picture to talk about UFOs and aliens or whatever when you see these kind of things, but I believe that we have to understand that the true narrative of this is just like we said. One, it's technology. Two, it could be that thing we talk about called Project Bluebeam, where they project images into the sky. This stuff has been uncovered recently. And then third, there's real activity happening. But I'm going to make this point clear. I don't believe that there are aliens. What I know there are is biblical fallen angels, demon activity, things we look at. And of course, it's very important that you understand this. So when you look at this, the reason I share such wild things is because I do believe this type of deception is trying to manifest on the earth. It's trying to be brought out. And there's people that have an agenda for it. And then there's also a true spiritual demonic agenda that wants to bring these things forward.
Hey, are you feeling motivated after watching today's video? Well, let's continue spreading the love and joy of today's content by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and then sharing it with a few people you feel need it most.